Live from the Valley.
Program the computer. We create a mental atmosphere.
It's the last of a dying breed radio.
Fear not, my friends. This will be my greatest performance.
On WOVU 95.5.
Here we go.
We came, we saw, we kicked it.
Cleveland's urban alternative.
Dilly-o. What? I gotta squeeze the juice out of the headphones. Yeah, squeeze the juice out of the headphones, yo. When you think of me, you think of a problem. Who, what, when, and how you gon' solve them. Or the think over KI double lesson. Here's the lesson. Most beams is infrared, but mine's is fluorescent. No matter where you go, I'ma spot you. No matter how many people you put me in front of, I'ma rock you. And if you try to be the hard top, I'm gonna drop you. I got to treat you like the clutch and bop you. Creep through in the 420 with your honey. Cause you ain't nothing but a playboy that turned bunny. And the only thing left to discuss is more money. And these games, these chickens try to run me. Y'all know y'all can't touch us. I flow luscious. It's so real, I make her hop out and get the Duchess. I'm sitting on 1,000 birds and I hide from the camera. Cause the picture's worth 1,000 words. And y'all herbs, y'all get what y'all deserve. Y'all do the catering while we just get served. And you got some nerve for PH and Jason. Do you have any idea who you facing? Just something about my you'll never figure out. It's too hot, burning my mouth. That's why I spit it out. It must be real hard for y'all to listen, and it's sad. It's too broke to pay attention. Chillin', sitting on about $500,000. You know all my women. Next 10 years, I should see about $1 billion. All for the love. Yeah, chillin', sitting on about $500,000. All my women. Next 2 years, I should see about $1 billion. Hey yo, know the line of work. Designer shirt, rolling with a China doll. She'll be reminding y'all, down to the underworld. Every block monitored, of course. Jadakiss and LOX boss. A pro, cause I grow off that I absorb. You just another so-and-so, trying to flow, going broke. I'm trying to buy property, set it up for growing. Making the movie, so I came to edit. Wiping everybody out right before the credits. I'm a hard guy to get along with, get on the song with. If it should be going right, I flip into the wrong. Prime artist, expect me to rhyme hardest. / con artist, gon' get mine regardless. I ain't even big and I size up, cause they eyes give them up. Look at them and see they. I'm 22 with 10 in, so there that go. You hear that flow? It drove the underground wacko. Ever since 12, I've been spitting like tobacco. Relax though, cop the tape, CD in the wax though. They wonder how, but the thing about ours, we open up 24 hours. Don't sleep or eat, so when they speak it mean power. So you should keep quiet, you a coward. About to be laid out flat and pushing up flowers. Chillin', sitting on about $500,000. And all my women. Next 2 years, I should see about $1 billion. All for the love. Chillin', sitting on about $500,000. And all my women. Next 2 years, I should see about $1 billion. All for the love.
The radio killer is in the building. Turn it up.
I can do this all day.
Yo, Jordan Empty, this right here is crazy.
Yes, sir. WOVU 95.9.
Wait.
The radio killer is back in the building.
Like that, like colossal, like, you know what I mean? Like,
We're gonna get to it.
I heard you were looking for me.
Coming up, where have I been at?
Hello.
Tell me where have you been?
You know.
They've been asking, they've been searching, they've been wondering.
I know. Hey, hello.
Tell me where have you been?
You know.
They've been asking, they've been searching, they've been wondering.
Yeah. To you forever, from me to you. I heard somebody say, church, I'ma need a suit, I'ma need a coupe, I won't need a roof. Flyer than Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I got the flow, I'm trying to see the roof. Didn't wear bulletproof, so I got shot and you can see the proof. Blind eyes can look at me and see the truth. Wonder if Stevie do, but I'ma leave it to God, not be beneath you. Cause I'm a murder, why I kill, oh, and even you. Man, I got summer hating on me cause I'm hotter than the sun. Got spring hating on me cause I ain't never sprung. Winter hating on me cause I'm colder than y'all. And I would never fall. I'm being hated by the season. So y'all hating for no reason. I am him. Around the world and I'm back again. Who's been asking about me? In case you wondering. I am him. Around the world now I'm back again. Who's been asking about me? In case you wondering. Yeah, I've been in and out the bank. While y'all so niggas been on the same. I flush them and watch them go down the drain quick. 2 words you never hear. Wayne quit. Cause Wayne win and they lose. I call them April babies cause they fools. And when they snooze, we up, feet up like a paraplegic. Or paraplegic. Or parallel park. And a red and yellow thing. Old school Atlanta Hawk. Like I'm from Cali Park. But I'm from Holly Grove. Now all my blood screams soup woo and da-da-do. I knew my rule, and I played well, and I weighed well on my Libra scale. I suck up, zip up, to leave it there.
Long hair don't even
Yeah.
care.
I am him. Around the world now I'm back again. Who's been asking about me? In case you're wondering, I am him. Around the world now I'm back again. Who's been asking about me? In case you're wondering. Yeah, I'm right here in my chair with my crown and my dear Queen Bee as I share my time with my ear. Young Carter, go farther, go further, go harder. Is that not why we came? And if not, then why bother? Show no mercy in Marcy and lagers. So far from being the that Marcy had fathered. Now my name's being mentioned with the martyrs, the Biggies and the Pocs and the Marleys and the Marcuses. Garvey got me a Molotov cocktail flow. Even if you box well, can't stop the blows. Kaboom, the rock boy in the room. The boy just came off the spoon. Also, I'm so fly, I'm on autopilot. What guys just stare at my wardrobe. I see euros, that's right, plural. I took so much change from this rap game, it's your goal.
It's my goal, yeah. And I'ma go so opposite of soft off the Richter. Hector, Camacho, man, Randy Savage. Far from average, above status quo. Flow, so pro. I know, I ride slow. And when I pass, they say, what up, killer, man? Stop bringing up my past. And next time you mention Pac, Biggie, or Jay-Z, don't forget Weezy, baby. Amen. Yeah. I've been hustling. Hustling hard. Shit. And I swear to everything, when I leave this earth, it's gonna be on both feet. Never knees in the dirt. You can try me, but when I squeeze it hurt. Fine. We lose 2 lives, yours and mine. Give me any amount of time. Don't let Miss Carter grieve at the funeral parlor. Drip my tears down my sleeve. Give me any amount of time. Don't let Miss Carter grieve.
Yes, sir. WOVU 95 point. Cleveland's Urban Alternative, live from the Valley. Each and every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. It's your dog, DJ KNYCE, the radio killer. Feels so good to be back on these Cleveland airwaves, let me tell you. Been about 6 years since I got off of the airwaves. It was June of 2019 when I actually left my last job on the airwaves. And let me tell you, man, it has been quite a journey, but I am very happy to be back with y'all. All right. So, and coming into this new position, working for OVU, Cleveland's Urban Alternative, just wanted to kind of address the elephant in the room. Like, what happened? Why did I leave radio? Why did I decide to stay away from radio so long? And what actually made me come back? Not here to throw any shade at former employers or anything like that. Actually, since I left my last place of employment in radio, we've been able to reconcile some things and actually get some things together. So at least, there's a cordial relationship there. And actually spoke with one of my former friends from over there right before I ended up taking this position here at WOVU 95.9. But yeah. So ended up leaving radio because I wanted more, right? I ended up wanting more money, just a better position than the position that I was actually put in. And I didn't really see any room for growth as far as it was, in a particular company that I was with. And there was some other frustrations there. So yeah, I went in the building one day, I quit. And I absolutely never looked back. Funny story is I actually never applied for another radio job. Yep, never applied for another radio job. Didn't really care to apply for another radio job, mainly because it only made sense for me to do radio in my own city. Saw a couple radio stations pop up. If you know the sort of rivalry between the two big urban conglomerates, if you leave one, the chances of you getting hired at another one is kind of slim. If we being honest, the lines are like that clear. So saw a couple of stations pop up in the city, never really went after any of them, never really reached out. Always felt like, and me being a spiritual man, that if it was totally meant for me to come back to radio, that God will pull me back into radio, and it will kind of be undeniable of why I should go back into radio. And that was kind of the situation which landed me over here at OVU. So big shout out to them. What did I do though in the 6 years that I was actually going away from the microphone? Well, I didn't podcast. I didn't do any of that sort of stuff. I actually ended up going the entrepreneur route, which I would encourage anybody to do cautiously, because it is a constant, what they like to say, a constant S show. All right. It's just putting out one fire to the next. But in my entrepreneurial journey, I was actually able to learn a trade. So I ended up opening up a print shop. And a lot of you have come and done business with me, and I'm very grateful for that. We have a retail side. The name of the print shop is NYCE and NYCE Prints. We have a retail side where we sell a lot of our own things. Whole lot of black themed stuff. All right. It's a blackety black store. We work with black businesses. We work with black organizations. Of course, we work with everyone, but that's sort of our specialty, because a lot of times when people come to work with us, this is sort of going to be their first introduction into screen printing, which is what we actually specialize in. All right. So with that being said, this show is actually brought to you by NYCE. Our motto is to say it with your chest. All right. So I've been riding that entrepreneurial journey for, I think I missed my fifth. I actually missed my 5th year anniversary. You know, when you're grinding so hard, you look up and somebody be like, wait, hold on. We missed the anniversary. But I ended up starting that with my fiance. She's a graphic designer. So I do a lot of the grunt work actually in here. A lot of the pushing and the pulling of the squeegee and all of that. She does a lot of our design work, and it seems to work out just fine. All right. So that has taken up a whole lot of my time. In the 6 years that I was gone, I tapped my toe into DJing here and there, but I really wasn't that with it. I think I was just kind of burnt out from the whole lifestyle of constantly being in the clubs. You got to understand something. Like, I personally am going on 30 years of DJing. I started DJing at 13 in 1995. So here we are in 2025. So I've been in the club a very long time. I've been partying a very long time. So I think when I left radio, it was just like, it was good to step back and really take a look at the person that I was becoming, because I was becoming a different person. I was getting older. And if I was being honest, in some aspects, I didn't like the person that I was becoming. So that step back was imperative, I would say, to my mental At certain points when I was working in radio before, I literally felt like I was losing my job. I'm not losing my job. Well, that too, but actually losing my mind, right? So stepping back for my mental was very, very good. But in that time, right, I was able to develop a relationship with my daughter, get even closer with my daughter. And in that time, she actually got married, and I am a grandfather times 2. So if you follow me, please do, at DJ KNYCE on Instagram and on Twitter, you will know I am a very proud grandfather, all right? I am not one of those grandpas that be out here trying to be young, talking about, I'm a grandfather, I'm not a grandfather, right? I am not one of those guys. I am thoroughly enjoying my time as a grandfather, and I would say that's changed me for the better. Right? I would say it softened me up some. I think y'all are going to be a little bit surprised if you were familiar with the old format, The Last of a Dying Breed podcast. You know me, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth about everything, right? But it's going to be a few things we're going to stay away from. So coming up, we're going to get into a little bit more music. I got some Monday program coming up right now. Big shout out to my brother, Corey Grant. Big shout out to the Monday program. We just did a super dope brand shoot with them. We're going to get into a little bit of their music. Yeah. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about what you can expect from this show. What type of show will The Last of a Dying Breed Radio be? About 7 minutes. Be right back with you.
It's The Last of a Dying Breed Radio. We break bread, ribs, and $100 bills.
Drip is on red, won't go inside the four less. I got the piece on me quick. A marathon word than that. Once it was told, I gotta be dope and bold. The passion cannot be sold. The boss so we gotta stay on the course. We cannot feel no remorse. We gotta push up like a bra on double D's with force. Back in the days. Back in the days. All I really know. Back in the days. All I really know. Back in the days. All I really know is that I'm back in the days. All I really know is that I'm back in the days. Back in the days. Back in the days. Yeah. Lead, I'm a rider. You see, on the fire. Started up, I'm a pilot. Fly at the mouth, I'm chaotic. Look at the code, it's ironic. Look like a Grammy, I'm hollering. I do not mean to be biased, but I'm a prophet, no lying. Once I was told, I gotta be dope and bold. The passion cannot be sold, or bought so and fold. We gotta stay on the course. We cannot feel no remorse. We gotta push up like a bra on double D's with force. Woo! Back in the days. Back in the days. All I really know. Back in the days. All I really know. Back in the days. All I really know is that I'm back in the days. All I really know is that I'm back in the days. Back in the days. Back in the days. Yeah. It's recording. Oh shit. Yeah. I said bounce, fool. If your body. Said if your body, bounce, fool. Said if your body, if your body.
Yeah, this is 107.6, your only Monday station with your favorite host, DJ No Request. That was my dog, Trav Hen, with his new single, Back in the Days. Yeah, that one's for sure gonna turn some heads, y'all. Up next is DJ Cassius G with the 5 o'clock traffic mix. You know we only do this on a Monday. Y'all stay classy out there. Peace.
The radio killer is in the building. Turn it up.
I can do this all day.
Hi. What? Look. nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Aye. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Pickable, I just put them bookers in my chain. Pickable, 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Pickable, 7.62s, I make them plain. Pickable, popping out, you better not smell my name. Pickable, put 2 foreigns on the 405. Pickable, Kashi Pepper if I'm doing pasta. Pickable, why you acting tough on IG Live? Pickable, you know my little off they rocker. Pickable,
surprise, this that chicken cheese.
Pickable,
let me FaceTime my op. I'm up the street.
Pickable,
yes, AGs, I'm putting something to sleep.
Pickable,
he on the ground, I praise God and start stumping feet.
Pickable,
I put 10 on his face, my shooter playing.
Pickable,
I hit it from the back, I told her move her hands.
Pickable,
then slap where at.
Pickable,
on your top, I'm with that, don't look back.
What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Hey, that's my. Hey, that's my. Hey, with all that fake. Hey, ain't the one to play with. Hey. Pull off in a lamb, double pocket all that tams. Mister, get off on your mans. If he hand you disrespect, you better follow up with hands. Losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of I'm on, you wouldn't understand. The type of skits I'm on, you wouldn't understand. Big dog business, I would not hold your hand.
Broke business, I cannot be your man. Never got us hoop until we open up that can. Damn, alley hoop me bands, I'm a slam. Jam freak, I like my Mac touching yams. Pet that option around me, I'ma tell you turn it off. Heard what happened to your mans, not sorry for your loss. Should've prayed before them shooters came and nailed to the cross. I let your boy get a pass, be lucky you saw, for real.
What they talking about?
They talking about nothing.
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 Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Aye. What they talking about?
They talking about nothing.
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 Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Pickable.
Right now, it's time to sit down.
Get out the way. Move. Just move.
Take a break and talk some shit. It's the last of a dying breed radio.
You're like a machine underneath, right?
I'm a cybernetic organism.
Exclusively on WOVU 95.5, Cleveland's urban alternative.
Yes, sir. WOVU 95. Cleveland's urban alternative. This is Last of a Dying Breed Radio with your dog, DJ KNYCE, the radio killer. Hey, listen. I am so happy to be back, all right? I am so happy to be back on air, and I'm happy to be doing this with you all right? Y95.9, black-owned station down in the Valley. Do I need to tell you anything else, all right? This is Cleveland made, this is Cleveland bred, and this is going to be Cleveland played. But what type of show can you expect from me on Last of a Dying Breed Radio? Like I said, I'm not going to assume anybody knows how I get down or what my track record is. I'm going to treat this like this is a totally new situation, all right? And I want y'all to treat me like I'm a totally new person coming into this situation. Not really. That's not really what I want to do, all right? But I can tell you, we're going to talk about some important things on this show, but for the most part, I don't want to say we're going to keep it light, right? But I don't want to say we're going to keep it heavy either. It is a Saturday. It is 5 to 7 on a Saturday, all right? I'm not trying to bring you down before you go out and kick it with your family or before you hit the function. And I think this is going to be a great summer, right? So I want to be the soundtrack, your Saturday, maybe your pregame soundtrack. I don't know. Maybe that will be like pre-game soundtrack, all right? Now, to my folks that will be hearing this on the internet, you'll be hearing this on Mondays, all right? So you'll be getting this sort of how you get it. It will be on YouTube. Now, I don't know how it's going to work as far as monetizing with the music and everything in the show. I don't know that we're going to be able to do that, right? And when I was thinking about doing this show, I was like, yo, and I know a lot of y'all going to get on me, all right? Y'all want to hear me talk, all right? I'm like, do I do super long talk blocks? And I do think we will get to those talk blocks, but I think the music is going to be very important too. After all, this is Cleveland's urban alternative. All right. So I like that name for this station, and that was one of the things that actually sold me about this station, was that it's going to be billed as Cleveland's urban alternative, all right? Because, you know, I always say black people are not a monolith, okay? We listen to all different types of music. We have all different types of music out there. But for some reason, I don't know why, but only one type of music is represented in urban radio, all right? So I feel like it is kind of important to lean into that urban alternative. And you might hear some things on here that you've never heard before, right? You might hear some things on here that you actually don't like, but trust me, they are absolutely for somebody, okay? Something, and I don't know how many of y'all are going to agree with this, right? I don't know how many people are going to agree with this, but something I kind of want to stay away from as much as possible, unless it is absolutely unavoidable, it's going to be the gender wars. I'm not really trying to get into the gender wars like that. We did that. If I was being honest with you, that's not really my life no more. All right. That's not really my life no more. I am happy. I don't have no woman stressing me out or not listening to me or asking me to protect her and she's not protecting me. That is not my life. I am 43 years old. All right. I guess officially I'm unk status. I hate when the young boys call me unk, because it's always like, yo, I hope you make it to be this age that I am, right? But I want to stay away from the gender wars as much as possible, okay? I think there's a great space for that, all that Pop the Balloon and, you know, Kevin Samuel stuff and all of that. Rest in peace to the GOAT. I think he said everything we needed to say, all right? If black men and black women are not working together on one accord, those aren't my people, all right? I think we should be moving forward and not getting hung up on who's paying 50-50, right? You do what works for you in your household. So that's something that you actually don't gotta expect from me on the show. Not to mention the fact that I know tons of dope women that actually listen to the show, and I don't want to alienate them, all right? Because we all know when it comes down to it that the women support way more than the men do, all right? So I ain't going to be on here dogging the women when they're going to be the ones that pay for the Patreon when we eventually get that up. Now, a few things, you know I'm always talk a little bit about entertainment. All right, but I'm going to try to keep that to the things that matter as well. But one big thing I definitely always want to talk about, it's going to be politics. We got to talk politics, all right? And I'm going to call it, I don't know that I have an exact name for what this segment is going to be. I'm thinking maybe we're going to call it Politricks, right? Because there is so much happening all the time when it comes to this current administration. All right. And I know some of y'all out there have probably, especially those of you that listen to public radio, I know we got some conservative black people out there. I can't say this is the show for you, my boy. I can't say this is going to be the show for you. But, you know, if you want to be respectful, a respectful part of the discourse, and maybe this show is for you. All right. But I think we're going to call that Politricks. I always feel like, I can't think of his name. Who was riding down the street saying the British is coming when I'm yelling about all of the things that this current administration is very slyly taking away. They do some things right in your face, but the language and all of that stuff that they use to get their means accomplished, man, you've never seen nothing like it before. So I think it's going to be very important to keep our eyes on the current administration and these evil billionaires. Yeah, these evil billionaires. I feel like we in the middle of a DC comic, not even a Marvel comic, right? You know, DC always had those like unhinged billionaire villains. I feel like that's what the whole current administration is right now. So listen, this is what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to get into some more music. And when we come back, we're going to talk politics. All right. I'm going to see how I can get you to weigh in on anything I'm talking about. We still got to work that out. All right. We still got to work that out. We got to figure out the hotline situation. But this is WOVU 95.9, Cleveland's urban alternative. When we come back, we are talking politics. We're going to talk about the current administration and some things Elon Musk actually has going on out in Memphis that's just a little bit crazy to me.
She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog. trouble trusting. But I let my guard down for you. Said I'll put my guard down for you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said take your time, what's the rush? I said baby I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said take your time, what's the rush? I said baby I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. No crib talk to come through, it's time to break it in. 32 like my pants size, cause them niggas try breaking it. New condo, say your name at the front. You can stay if you want. It's been one of those nights I ain't had in a minute. It's been a minute, had to pop a shroom to recreate the feeling. But it's never the same as the first time we did it. First time we did it. But I let my guard down for you. Said I'll put my guard down for you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said take your time, what's the rush? Take your time, what's the rush? I said baby I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said take your time, what's the rush? I said baby I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I'm a dog, I'm a mutt.
It's a movie on tape every Saturday. The Last of a Dying Breed Radio.
You hear that, Elizabeth? I'm coming to join you, honey.
Exclusively on
The champ is here.
WOVU
The champ is here.
95.5, Cleveland's urban alternative. We do what we want.
They do what they can.
Man, my heart's so big, man, I had to step back. Put time in my craft, I'm a full-time dad. Morning time decision, hard top, bought a rag. Sun dropped off, now I'm back to the lab. G350 sitting nice on the pavement. Espresso shot, why I count this paper? New windbreaker, when archive Bottega. A tuck in Benicia with a view that's amazing. Hit the car wash, take a jog while they clean it. Like me, love? Nah, you never seen it. Out on the beach, spend my life on wax. Early morning calisthenics, after that I kick back. And roll something up, come with a plan. Tired of it, tryna really live. Cause if you don't work, you don't eat, young man. So every single day I'm going hard as I can. Sacrifice my life like I wanna. Cause you beautiful.
Gatekeep, I want everybody to eat. It's a cold world, Jermaine wearing a mink. Even with my shoes off, not facing defeat. Appetite for destruction, they was craving deceit. Careful what you put inside, the outside, the receipt. Me and Larry take our lives, put the vibe on the beat. Say my name a couple times, I arrive in some cleats. I come straight up out the field like a picking wheat. I've been on a winning streak, I made out pick all the beats. Intermittent fasting with the purpose got me looking sleek. Kissing on my Georgia peach, I've been on the right path. I'ma take my son to practice in these out-of-state tags. Oldest daughter got a license and I pray she don't crash. But I know she ready, she got it from her dad. And my middle child never going outside. If they roll joints good, I put them on staff.
And roll something up, come with a plan. Tired of it, I'm tryna really live. Cause if you don't work, you don't eat, young man. So every single day I'm going hard as I can. Sacrificing my life like I wanna. Cause you beautiful, so beautiful.
can do this all day.
I'm sick and tired, all these people saying names. And I don't wanna die, I wanna set the record straight. I gotta stay alive for my don't make. You can never understand, it will never be the same. I never wanna change for you, for me. All I've ever known, I tell you that's the story. All I've ever known, oh please baby don't ignore me. All I've ever known, I never wanna change, but you're
Hold
still
up.
Did
there.
you hear that?
Hey, KNYCE, run it back to the people in the back.
We now return to
WOVU 95.5.
They can't do it like this.
I said I'm sick and tired, all these people saying names. And I don't wanna die, I wanna set the record straight. I gotta stay alive for my don't make. You can never understand, it will never be the same. I never wanna change for you, for me. All I've ever known, I tell you that's the story. All I've ever known, oh please baby don't ignore me. All I've ever known, I never wanna change, but you're still there, laying down, bend it over. Break it down, back it up. I just got you a flight, a couple that don't gas me up. And now you think the word is in your hands, you're acting up. Yeah, my better, and I got you mad as fuck right now. You saying you're the highest in the club right now. I think I'm gon' forget it, it's a dub right now. I never knew why. Why'd you go away, baby? Why'd you tell a lie? I thought we had everything, baby, don't kid. But you had to throw it all away, had to be the bid. I'll make a split decision, man, I'll be the bigger kid. I gotta cut a time, baby, for what it is, yeah. For what it is, baby, for what it is, yeah. I gotta know what it is, baby, for what it is. No, I what it is, baby, for what it is, yeah. I gotta go. Never wanna change, but you're still there, laying down, bend it over. Break it down, back it up. I just got you a flight, a couple that don't gas me up. And now you think the word is in your hands, you're acting up. Yeah, my is bad as and I got you mad as fuck right now. You saying you're the highest in the club right now. I think I'm gon' forget it, it's a dub right now. You saying you're the highest in the club right now. I think I'm gon' forget it, it's a dub right now.
The last of a dying breed radio. Live from the Valley every Saturday. Follow the radio killer, DJ KNYCE.
Keep going.
At DJ KNYCE. Now, back to the show. Right now, it's time to sit down.
Get out the way. Move. Just move.
Take a break and talk some shit. It's the last of a dying breed radio.
You're like a machine underneath, right?
I'm a cybernetic organism.
Exclusively on WOVU 95.5, Cleveland's urban alternative.
I also feel like the Democrats deserve to lose. I really do. I really feel like they deserve to lose. I didn't want them to lose, but I just don't think they get the country that we're living in now. I think they just believe in some shit that doesn't exist anymore. Like, Republicans know how to market to their audience, and that's all this shit is now. It's sales, bro. Even the presidency's up for sale, and you gotta know how to sell your product. And Trump knows how to sell his product to the people that are buying it. I'm not buying it, but to the people who want it, he knows how to get them riled up. And I feel like Democrats don't know what the they doing anymore, bro. They don't know how to sell the product. And I think the problem is they still believe in America. You know what I mean? Like, they really do. They actually have hope and believe in us as a society, and they should stop. You know what I'm saying? They should stop. Like, we're pieces of shit, bro. We not good no more. It's like, stop having all that hope. Like, they really think like we're good and kind. They think we still want to read. I'm like, nobody want to read. You don't even know what country you in. Nobody wants to read ever again. We done reading, bro. I feel like every time I would go on Instagram, every Democratic post would just be so many words. There's so many words. 3 pages of words. Words on words. This is a video app. All these words.
WOVU 95.9. That's our homegirl, Sam J. We are Cleveland's urban alternative. This is the last of a dying breed radio. You are tuned in with the radio killer, DJ KNYCE. So happy to be here with you on this beautiful Saturday. All right. I told you, as promised, coming up in this hour, we were going to be talking politics or politics. And like I said, that comedian right there, her name is Sam J. I think she's a very funny individual. I definitely think you should check her out. A lot of good commentary. Is kind of all over the place, but that's kind of just like the Last of a Dying Breed radio, all right? Do remember, you could catch us every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. right here on WOVU 95.9, Cleveland's Urban Alternative. But how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that conversation right there? I actually tend to agree with Sam J a whole lot when it comes to the Democrats. I honestly don't feel like the Democrats have any type of plan whatsoever. And I also don't think they identify with the average American whatsoever. I was actually looking at some stats. Have you ever actually checked out some of the Democrats' net worth? All right. And if you do, you'll be able to kind of see why I say they don't identify with us. So let's take a look at Nancy Pelosi's net worth. I'm doing this in real time right now. All right. Something I find funny is Google now. You ever notice how Google does not provide you links anymore? It's just all AI overview. It just comes and gives you the answer off top. So it says Nancy Pelosi's estimated net worth is a subject of ongoing discussion and can vary depending on the source and a specific point in time. Here's a summary of the different estimates. I don't even know what this rich people stuff is, but it says Quiver Quantitative estimated her net worth at $246.8 million. It also, that was April 4th of 2025. That was April 4th of 2025. Now peep this. It says Quiver Quantitative also provides a current estimate of $256.86 million. All right. So in the last month, right, she's made an additional $10 million. Now this is a Democrat. Let's look at let's look at everybody's favorite sister girl, and I know I'm gonna take some heat for this, right? Let's look at Jasmine Crockett's net worth. Says, according to what the report suggests, this is Network Journal, it says Jasmine Crockett net worth is estimated to be somewhere between $2 million and $9 million. And that's despite being paid $174,000 a year. All right. And we're going to look at one other, actually two, because I don't want y'all to think I'm just talking about the Democrat women. But let's take a look at Chuck Schumer's net worth. It says it is not publicly available. But it looks like in 2018, they're saying 1 million. I'm seeing the number of one. Nope. Hold on. I'm still looking. His annual salary is $193,400 a year. I'm seeing Forbes dug into his financial disclosures and real estate records and estimate that he's worth about $7 million. All right. And then let's see AOC net worth. And then I'm going to get to what I'm getting at when I'm talking about the Democrats. And let's be clear. I'm in no way, shape, or form a political expert. These are just observations of my own. I'm in no way a political expert or a financial expert, but I do know that they kind of all do make money whether the stock market goes up or down. And I guess that just comes from being an insider. A lot of them, especially Nancy Pelosi, have very questionable trades. But I say that to say, well, AOC, I'm seeing, is only estimated to be around $200,000, which sounds about right. For somebody making that much money a year. She's been a senator for a while. I think that's what she is. Let me make sure before I speak wrong. Democratic U.S. representative for New York. Reported having $60,000 at most in bank accounts and as much as $50,000 in savings accounts. So doesn't look like she's balling. But I say that to say I feel like they're all in on the scheme together. I feel like they're all in on the scheme together. I feel like America kind of needs to be tore up from the top to the bottom. The Democrats, I don't think, have a plan at all. I don't think they know what to do because nobody was ever supposed to act the way that Donald Trump is acting. The things that are in place that he's tearing down, nobody was ever supposed to do that. And I always say, life is predicated on the fact that people are going to do right. But when people step outside of the normal bounds of what people are normally or how people normally act, nobody really knows what to do, right? And I think that's why even in mass shooting situations, like a lot of people get frozen in fear because this sort of thing is not supposed to happen whatsoever. A lot of times when I talk to people about, I feel like I'm like I said, I'm riding down the street waving the flag, telling everybody like the British is coming, because I know as black people right now, we are having a great time. All right. We are having a great time. We got our boots on the ground. We are kicking it. The one thing I'm telling everybody, though, especially around me, is don't neglect preparation. I think they are setting us up for a lot of things to happen. And you got to kind of consider we are only 100 days in. We are only 100 days in. I'm not even prepared enough to run through all of the things that your boy DJ T is actually changing. But I'm sure you guys are aware a lot of the things seem to be specifically targeted at black people, right? I do feel like when he doesn't get the desired result or outcome from us, because I feel like we are being very measured in how we're moving about these things, I think they're going to have to push the button a little bit even further. So who knows? Anyways, moving on as promised, we got to talk about everybody's favorite government employee, Elon Musk. I'm saying that in jest. So Elon Musk AI company, I don't even know how to say nothing that he names barely. All right. It's XAI, maybe it's Xi. All right. They have established a major AI supercomputer facility named Colossus in Memphis, Tennessee. And this is just the AI overview that I'm reading. It says the decision to locate the facility in Memphis, Tennessee was driven by the availability of a suitable large existing building, a formal Electrolux factory, and Musk's desire to speed up the project, right? So we know they're making a huge push right now for artificial intelligence. A lot of it is to be able to keep up with China. China is doing it way more efficiently than America is doing it, and way cheaper than America is doing it. But the funny thing about this is, who do you think about when you think about Memphis? What color people do you think about when you think about Memphis? I know myself personally, I think about black people. And that's the problem here. All right. Elon Musk, XAI, so this AI company, is accused of pollution over a Memphis supercomputer. All right. It says, this is from theguardian.com. It says Elon Musk's artificial intelligence AI company is stirring controversy in Memphis, Tennessee. That's where he's building this massive supercomputer to power his company XAI. Community residents and environmental activists say that since the computer was fired up last summer, it has become one of the biggest air polluters in the county. But some local officials have championed the billionaire, saying he's investing in Memphis. All right. It says the dispute came to a head earlier this month when the Southern Environmental Law Center revealed that XAI had quietly moved in at least 35 portable methane gas turbines without air permits to help power its supercomputer. All right. It says the group says this many generators have the capacity to power an entire city and are enormous emitters of toxic and carcinogenic pollution. The Law Center made the discovery by taking satellite images of the XAI facility. Now, this is the number one government employee right here running his private company, all right, and polluting a predominantly black neighborhood. All right. They say they have 35 of these portable methane gas turbines, but they only, another article I was reading says they only have permits for 15 of them. Right. So they're running 2 times and a little bit more, like 230% more than they should be. And we know why they're getting away with this. All right. Now, remember thinking about what they said when we were reading the AI overview of why Memphis, because there was this large area that's available that they were able to use. Well, I'm sure that's probably due to some of the blight in Memphis, and probably specifically in that area. But yeah, this is what deregulation looks like. All right. This is what it looks like when Donald Trump goes and, brags about giving out 400 permits. And I'm just throwing that number out there in a very short amount of time. And he will scoff at these type of facilities. Normally, before they can go in, they do years of like environmental surveys and all of that type of thing. Well, this is what deregulation looks like. Yeah, this is what it looks like. More pollution. Specifically in poor areas, all right? I don't even want to say it's just about black people, right? It's about poor people. They don't give a damn about poor people, all right? I got one last story for you, and this one is actually funny, and I ain't going to even go into it too much, but it just proves that we are being ruled, and yes, I'm using the word ruled because I think we're under a soft dictatorship. All right. I also think we're not to be alarmist because I know it's a Saturday. All right. And we're supposed to be having a good time. Y'all going to put y'all boots on the ground tonight. All right. And this show is about a little bit of education, a little bit of fun. All right. Because coming up, we're going to be talking about sinners. We're taking a deep dive into sinners with my guy Watts. But we got to talk about this right now. Did you see your boy DJT? How did Stephen A. Smith end up interviewing Donald Trump? I will never know. I have no idea how that came about. I guess I could have did some research on it. But I guess that point is neither here nor there. All right. Stephen A. Smith asked Donald Trump about Harvard. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's play the clip.
Mr. President, thank you for your time. It's interesting that you brought up Harvard because when people think about Harvard, what they're basically talking about is they're asking, what do you say to those who view your actions as an attack on academic freedom rather than a defense of fairness? What do you say to that?
Well, I say this. We had riots in Harlem, in Harlem, and frankly, if you look at what's gone on, and people from Harlem went up and they protested, Stephen, and they protested very strongly against Harvard. They happened to be on my side. I got a very high black vote. You know that. Very, very high black vote. It was a very great compliment to me. I did criminal justice reform. I did opportunity zones for one of the greatest economic deals ever for the black and Hispanic community. I got tremendous. They agree with what I'm doing with respect to Harvard.
Now, let's be clear. Stephen A. Smith was asking him about Harvard. For some reason, Sir Trumpinator has got a thing for Harvard right now, to where I think it's a situation where they don't quite agree with the curriculum that one of the finest higher institutions of learning in our land teaches, because apparently he's an expert on education, but they want to cut billions of dollars of funding, and that's the pressure point that they're, putting on Harvard. Let me not get confused. All right. Basically conform to what we want you to teach or lose all of your funding. All right. But when Stephen A. Smith asked him about Harvard, I feel like Donald's default setting is just like racist, right? I feel like he just defaulted into Harlem. And there was this whole mishmash of talking about Harlem and Harvard. And many people are looking at that as pointing to his mental decline. So there we have it, America. We have a president who is a felon and a R-wordist and he also has dementia. So absolutely nuts. We about to get into some more music. Top of the hour. We got to touch on this 100 men versus one gorilla debate. I ain't gonna go too deep in it. All right. We also gonna see what Idea Stream is talking about as far as the city of Cleveland. Maybe if we got some time, we may go down Meme Street, but we definitely got a dope conversation coming up with me and my guy Watts on that Sinners movie. All right. He's seen it like 3-4 times. I only got to see it once so far, and I heard I missed the IMAX. I missed that whole experience. All right. But spoiler alert coming up. We will be doing a deep dive into Sinners coming up. This is WOVU 95.9 down in the valley.
Out of the mercy of Allah and the law written in our mission.
The radio killer is in the building.
Call an individual into existence.
I can do this all day.
When that individual comes, I make no apologies for what I'm about to say.
I'm America's worst nightmare. I'm young, black, and holding my nuts like cheer. I was in the pub, having a light beer. I was at the club, having a fight there. Y'all could go home, husband and wife there. My mama at work trying to buy me the right gear. 9 years old, uncle lost his life here. I grew up thinking life ain't fair. How can I get a real job? China white right there, right in front of my sight like here. Yeah, there's your ticket out the ghetto, take flight right here. Tell me you go bye-bye here. Damn, there's a different set of rules we abide by here. You need a gun, looking just might drive by here. You're having fun, racing all your hot rods there. Downloading all our music on your iPods there. I'm Chuck D, standing in the crosshairs here. Y'all straight, chicks got horsehair here. Y'all ain't gotta be in fear of your bosses there. Y'all lose your job, your pop rich, y'all don't care, so I don't care. Y'all acting like y'all don't hear all the screams from the ghetto, all the teens ducking metal here. So they steam like a kettle here, trying to take their mind to a whole different level here. Yeah, we real close to the devil here. Gotta be a better way, somebody call a reverend here. Yeah, I must really be in heaven here. Somebody tell God that we got a couple questions here. My little cuz never got to see a seventh year, and I'm so used to pain that I ain't even shed a tear.
It's a movie on tape every Saturday. The last of a dying breed radio.
Hear that, Elizabeth? I'm coming to join you, honey.
Exclusively on WOVU 95.5, Cleveland's urban alternative. We do what we want.
They do what they can.
Yeah. It be $1.50. Your chance of running is empty. These slugs will leave it drug like a chip slip to Mickey. I'm so on the low and taking Navy SEAL to get me when I surface. If not chips to vengeance to purpose. On your team I put a curtain, a beautiful hurting. Till my eyes see the blood, that mean the creeps start working. Cats are never learning, let their eyes keep lurking. Have your janitor pumping, your X5 murking. Skip off the street, heart skip the beat. Beat? Kid, I overcooked that meat. Get no sleep, only rest is in between the blink. My life story was written in blood, permanent ink. Killer instinct, R.I.P. I'm gotta think like that, cause forever I'll be needing them. Playing flawless, mistakes never beating them. Some love me, some hate me, chickens in the head beating them. Cowards wanna ride by the crib all slow. Clap my you want a real rap show. It's a rush when the blow, threaten my castle. And in the blink, watch how quick life pass you.
What's wrong with motherfuckers? When they ever learn, keep playing with that fire, now that's to get burned. With semi-autos, 1-footers in the grave, be giving all of y'all something to be afraid of. What's wrong with motherfuckers? When they ever learn, keep playing with that fire, now that's to get burned. With semi-autos, 1-footers in the grave, be giving all of y'all something to be afraid of.
Let me tell you how it's going down. It's on now. So love me now, they wanna hate me now. I'm that same with the tech holding the spot down. Except I'm pushing the legs, letting the top down. But wait, you don't think I live a pop life now? Cause hey, you could get pop right now. Me don't play, I keep a around my way. Cause I'm a drama king like my K Slay. Sex, drugs, money, and murder all day. It's rules, guidelines, and codes we obey. Don't even trip, IMD, that's what I claim. Infamous Mob Deep, ready to bang. See, they don't think stink into the fan, so I don't slip. I'm a with my hand. It's a thug thing. Y'all wouldn't understand, and y'all keep, but we keep our banging.
What's wrong with motherfuckers? When they ever learn, keep playing with that fire, now that's to get burned. With semi-autos, 1-footers in the grave, we giving all of y'all something to be afraid of.
Simple ass nigga, I have you peeled. What I have is your picture at the funeral. No casket, you be be missing. My jewel, my whip, my rims be bitchin'. My banger be that heat that'll make you blister. My men's, my Timbs will stomp you niggas. No click could scuff with us. It's no problem, I bring it to the best of them. From the old to the new and the rest of them. It's no love, just slugs for your body done. Just pain, just suffering and worse than that. You let me get my hands on you, so I'm taking advantage. And that shit that you pull ain't do me no damage. You don't know me, homie, but we about to change that. Wrap that clown up like a package, then go at his whole clique. It's over for that garbage.
What's wrong with my but when they ever learn it, keep playing with that fire, now that's to get burned. With semi-autos, 1 footers in the grave, we giving all of y'all something to be afraid of. What's wrong with my but when they ever learn it, keep playing with that fire, now that's to get burned. With semi-autos, 1 footers in the grave, we giving all of y'all something to be afraid of.
Yeah, QB, yeah. Mob Deep, it's over. It's going down, I'm taking over. And Vita, getting this dough. Yeah, I see you on Prodigy, Big Noy, Havoc. Yeah, y'all see us? It ain't a game. Yeah. Oh, come on.
And now, our feature presentation. The Last of a Dying Breed Radio is brought to you by Nice Coat Prints, offering screen print apparel and more. Nice Coat Prints. Say it with your chest. Get more info at nicecoatclothing.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Last of a Dying Breed Radio on WOVU 95.9, Cleveland's urban alternative. It's your dog, DJ KNYCE, the Radio Killer. We are in hour 2. All right, just a quick reminder, we are doing this every Saturday at 5 to 7 p.m. until they decide I went too far. And, you know, they decide to get rid of me. All right, it won't be the first time I've ever been fired. I think I'm well equipped, you know, for it this time. All right, not saying that's what we're going after. All right, not at all, not at all. In this second hour, like I said, we got that Sinners breakdown coming up. I got my guy Watts coming in. He is the movie buff of all movie buffs. All right, when I tell you this man knows his movies, I'm talking like thousands of DVDs. We're gonna get his exact number, but probably one of the trillest DVD collections in the city outside of like the Record Exchange. Is it even still called the Record Exchange anymore? The CD and Game Exchange. Yeah, I think that's what it's called these days. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. We're going to get into some new music. Right now, I got AZ Chike coming up right now, okay? And we also got another banger from the West Coast coming up as well. Stay tuned because we got to touch on this 100 Men versus Gorilla thing. I'm still on the fence about it. I don't know. Maybe y'all could give me some feedback and, you know, enlighten me on why a gorilla would beat 100 men. Come on, you're gonna have to tell me. Right now, here's AZ Chike, What 2 Times.
Yeah, I don't trust him, but as far as I can throw him, point it out, told bro to get the bloom. Call the ism up, he bring a start snoring. She like you one of them ones. I'm like, I'm already knowing. What?
The Radio Killer is in the building.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I can't trust her. It just is what it is. Point it out, told Brody handle biz. If you ain't do it with me, don't speak on what I did. Little that she hungry, well, come on, eat these kids. I don't take the tag, I'ma buy it if I like it. Damn, move your hands, don't fight it. Diamonds hitting hard, yeah, striking like they lightning. On my get money, don't get too excited. Bad as I just had to tear her up. She gon' leave on a crutch, feel like a surgeon. I've been playing in her gut, behind and running until they run out of luck. What? Time to mean it, this ain't Resident Evil. Playing like they demons. Do me $1 million. While I walk, I wasn't dreaming. Ducking from Chisel, I'm on a hunt, have you seen it? Look, I don't trust him, but as far as I can throw him, point it out, told boy to get the bloom. Call the ism up, he bring the start snoring, she like you one of them ones. I'm like, I'm already knowing. Get my dog in the morning, we finna fall in the foreign. Just cause you're good, don't mean you important. I'm up in the bands, If he tried, I'ma torture him. I'm rocking the yours, straight from friends, it's important. I'ma let them talk, cause that's what they do best. I'm putting it on, I get dressed, she get wet, and I'm cutting her off. If I get a little stressed, I like the best. She my secret, best kept. Ain't nobody screaming free me, RP me. Ain't nobody screaming free me, RP me. Nobody screaming free me, RP me. Ain't nobody screaming free me, RP me.
His name is AZ Chike. It's called What Two Times. Only on WOVU 95.9. Cleveland's urban alternative. I told you we got another West Coast banger coming after this one. All right. This next joint, this guy goes by the name of Ray Vaughn. He's actually signed to TDE. This is called Dollar Menu.
Radio killer is in the building. Turn it up.
I can do this all day. Dollar Menu saved my life. Maybe everything gon' be alright. 10-piece, but my mama didn't eat that night. Promise I'ma keep it 99 cents for life. Last night I had sleep for dinner. Mama, okay. Mama, okay. Stepped at a fiend. Know how to sell drugs, know how to sell dreams. Age of 14, I was doing my own thing. But mama, I'm hungry. Cause last night I had sleep for dinner. In my conscience, he weighed more than me. From the women I hurt, from the people I leave, from the fires I feed. Found a job on Indeed, cause last night I only had sleep for dinner. In Hell's Kitchen with the recipe for disaster. In Long Beach, donating plasma. Would donate my sperm, but I can't cause I know how I feel to be. And last night I only had sleep for dinner. Couldn't even afford a TV dinner. Not a banquet, a kid's cuisine, Marie calendar. Don't know how many days left on my calendar.
Radio killer is in the building. Turn it up.
I can do this all day.
You gotta love when the song got a B-side to it. This the one right here. It's called Dollar Menu.
Yeah. Standing on couches cause I'm trying to that bring the bottles to me. Y'all be in DMs begging these I feed off the dollar menu. Yeah. Started off broke, now I got that money I got it with me. Yeah. Y'all be in DMs begging these I feed off the dollar menu. Big forehead, throw it back. Hate rats, but I love hood rats. Wait, what's that logo on his hat? LA County, do you know where you at? Take the order, make a McDouble back. Sitting at your window with a Big Mac. Ain't ashamed that I used to wear shacks, cause I hit a home run, slide to 4 bats. Barry Bonds, when I do my look, every time. Pop out, got him shook, every time. Always cry wolf, every time. Putting money on books, every time. And it's like that. Gotta go out and never look twice at. Everything going good like a white staff. I been tearing through the city in a white cat. Standing on couches cause I'm trying to that bring the bottles to me. Y'all be in DMs begging these I feed off the dollar menu. Yeah. Started off broke, now I got that money I got it with me. Yeah. Y'all be in DMs begging these I feed off the dollar menu. Yeah. It's Big Bag Junior, Mr. Pie Scraper. I'm the Lord's favorite. Throw a lot of money, do a lot of saving. Don't tell that and my son unless I'm shaded. Can't beef with my BMs, I made it. I can't check my DMs, I made it. I'm part of the motion club, I made it. I'm me, you hate it. Look. If I got a roster, might catch a bougie, leaving my Costa. Leaving the crib out. She want the tea, but she only gon' take walk her chains of my shopper. Just get a t-shirt. She don't wear scrubs, cause she want that body that she get from doctors. Come with a whopper. Come with a whopper. I'm standing on couches cause I'm tryna that bringing bottles to me. Y'all be in DMs begging these I feed off the dollar menu. Yeah. Started off broke, now I got that money I got it with me. Yeah. Y'all be in DMs begging these I feed off the dollar menu.
Sheesh. WOVU 95.9. Cleveland's urban alternative. This is what makes us Cleveland's urban alternative. That is wicked and mean right there. He goes by the name of Rayvon. That is another TDE artist. Man, TDE just keeps on doing it and doing it. Somebody's eye for talent over there is absolutely insane. I don't know how I missed this. Welcome to Cleveland, Shedeur Sanders. Let's get some applause for that. All right. Big deal right there. That's going to be a big deal. All right. That is going to be a huge deal in the city of Cleveland. I don't know how true it was, all right, but somebody was saying yesterday that they saw Sexy Red downtown. And I kind of hope that's not true, all right, because I question whether Cleveland is ready for this level of stardom to come to this city. We have not seen this level of stardom come to the city probably since LeBron James, I would have to say, all right, because you got to think about everything that comes along with Shedeur Sanders. I mean, obviously his father comes along. What about all the press that comes into the city? His brother comes along, all right? So you probably got Shedeur throwing parties in one club and his brother in some hood club somewhere else. He probably don't need to be throwing a party. But, hey, y'all, leave them folks alone, all right? Don't rob them, all right? That jury probably not even real anyway. I'm not going to say that. I'm sure that jury is real, all right? I don't know why a person will walk around with that much ice on their neck, but clearly he has security, all right? So I don't know if Shedeur is listening or not. But, man, stay out of the after-hour spots, all right? Nothing comes good from those after-hour spots, all right? I don't even go to after-hour spots. I think you can look at me and tell I don't go to after-hour spots, though. This is the Last of a Dying Breed radio on WOVU 95.9. We talk about a little bit of everything on this show, and we got a whole bunch of dope music. All right? Have y'all been seeing this 100 men versus one gorilla debate? Where did it come from? Don't you find it very interesting that certain things could just like rule the timeline out of nowhere, and it all just seems to come from left field? I've been in a lot of barbershops in my lifetime. I've heard a lot of spirited debates in my lifetime, all right? I have never once in my lifetime heard this debate of 100 men versus one gorilla. Now, it almost reminds me of the one that the ladies had going around a few months ago. It's a little bit similar, where they were saying, would you rather be out in the woods or out in the forest with a wild bear or a man? And sadly, a lot of women said the bear. Help the bear. No, but this is I've seen crazy in-depth breakdowns of how this could work in the man's favor. And then I've seen vice versa. Then I've seen somebody actually sit down and take the time to simulate, 1 million men versus 10,000 gorillas? That was absolutely, totally insane, and we got whooped on bad. Unfortunately, in a situation like that, there is no scenario where a large number of us actually die. And I think after seeing the first person get their arms ripped off or their head bashed in, a lot of people are going to end up playing dead. Little more of a serious topic. I found IdeaStream to be a great source of news in the Cleveland, Ohio area, the Northeast Ohio area. And you know me personally, I'm a CMSD graduate. Had a great time at CMSD. It's what to be expected of a city school, but I actually kind of went to a magnet school, I guess they called them back then. So we have vocational training. I didn't learn a damn thing in vocational training, but we did have vocational training. I actually went to Jane Addams Business Career Centers. I probably shouldn't have went to computer repair, right? Because that was the de facto class for the pseudo thugs. All right. It was just a place to go and kind of hang out with our homeboys, and we had blocks. So we spent a lot of time around a lot of great equipment and some great opportunities for learning. But I'm guessing that's not the case right now in CMSD. And this is not a knock to any educators that are in CMSD. I'm sure they're doing their absolute best. But IdeaStream posted a very interesting stat yesterday or should I say maybe a interesting post, but it does have some stats in here. It says Cleveland says it needs to close schools. Here are 4 takeaways. All right. Number 1, in some regions of the city, the district says there are no schools with a healthy enrollment. I found this like kind of crazy. Says the Cleveland Metropolitan School District says there are many schools, especially on the city's east side, that have low enrollment. This is what I found interesting. Schools like Glenville and Collinwood in particular are less than 15% full. Anybody that went to school, I graduated in 2000, so I'll be celebrating my 25th reunion or whatever the hell they call that stuff that I'm not going to. I shouldn't say that. I probably will go. But if you remember back then in the 2000s and the 90s, Glenville and Collinwood were huge schools. I mean, physically huge, but their enrollment was also pretty big. Like I said, I went to Jane Addams, so there was about 600 in total in my whole school. And I think my graduating class might have had like 80 people. But I remember those schools having significantly bigger graduating classes just because of where they would be held at, the graduations would be held at and how long they would take. But it says more broadly, the district says just 60% of the available space at all K through 8, 67% of the available space at all K through 8 schools is being used, compared to 50% of the available space at all high schools. So these schools are huge and empty. And I don't know, what do y'all think the problem is? Is it that many people have left the city of Cleveland? I know Cleveland Heights is seeing a boom in population right now. I'm sure places like Bedford and Maple have seen those booms in population. And they've also seen their school districts begin to change because of those booms in population. That's something we hear a whole lot. But it says the district, here's number 2, the district also says that 70% of its buildings have been upgraded, but all right, several dozen still remain that are old and lack things like air conditioning and modern fixtures. And there's not enough money to upgrade them all. Could you imagine in 2025 going to a school that does not have any air conditioning? By comparison, we teach at Heights, and Heights is a very nice school. But I think they're experiencing enrollment problems too. I remember when Heights used to have thousands of kids, especially on the let out. The let out looks nothing like the let out used to look in the late 90s and the early 2000s. But this is, so it says enrollment is down. Why? Cleveland's enrollment has dropped steadily for years, down by half since 2000. Some reasons include declining birth rates and people leaving the city, but some critics argue the district isn't providing a quality education at every building. And I think that's a huge part of the problem. I don't know much about that like school choice stuff. My children, one of them graduated from Nordonia, and the other from Heights. So they had pretty nice districts that they were in when they were in school. So I would guess, from what I understand, people are able to get vouchers to send their children to other schools. If you had to choose between a CMSD school, unless it's one of these specialized schools, which we're actually going to talk about, which we're actually going to get into, I could see a parent making that decision, especially for safety reasons. But the fourth is the district says too many buildings means fewer opportunities for students. So sounds like they're looking to downgrade pretty in the near future. Now, so I was like, yo, because I know my high school is actually closed. So I was like, what high schools are still even out there? So I actually have a list of the high schools that are still available. And I get what they're saying about, not every school is providing a quality education. But man, some of these schools sound pretty cool to go to. Like, for real. One, I think there's about 31 high schools now. I think there was about 39. It was kind of difficult to get a stat on that. But I mean, they've got stuff like Campus International High School, which I've heard a lot about, but Bard High School, Early College, Cleveland, Cleveland Early College High School, Cleveland High School for Digital Arts, Cleveland Metropolitan Remote High School, Cleveland School of Architecture and Design, Cleveland School of Science and Medicine, Cleveland School of the Arts, obviously. Collinwood is still open, but then there's like a Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School. So I guess that would be like aviation was when we were in school. There's a School of Civic and Business Leadership. That looks like a pretty new building right there. Kennedy is still open with a very new building. John Adams College and Career Academy. It looks like, I don't know if that's a totally new, no, I think that is a totally new building. I'm not going to go through all of them, but Glenville is still open. Ginn Academy is still open, but Garrett Morgan, instead of being a junior high school, is now an actual high school. But from what I'm seeing, they have these many high schools within a high school. So one building might list 3 or 4 high schools within it. And each of them, I guess, have some sort of specialty. I don't know. We're going to get back to some music. I don't know what the city of Cleveland can do. I don't know if gentrification is the answer to get more people into the city. But something has to be done. Something has to be done because our kids definitely need quality education. WOVU 95.9. This is the last of a dying breed radio. We got some new music right here. You probably never heard this one on the TikToks and on the Instagram. She goes by Flipper T. It's called Affirmations.
It's the last of a dying breed radio. We break bread, ribs, and $100 bills.
You on your, you the one. Ain't nobody we the hype me up, hype me up, hype me up. I hype me up. Okay. I got 99 problems, but I got 100 reasons. If it rains, sleet, or snow, I'ma ball air season. Cause I gotta hype me up, hype me up, hype me up. I hype me up. Say I'm enough, even when it's tough. I can fall 1,000,000 times and I'm still getting up. Bulls it for the bird, bro. It for the duck. Early bird get the worm first. Repeat after me, some up. I know I can. I know I can. Do what I wanna do. Do what I wanna do. If you don't believe in me, if you don't believe in me, I don't give a about you. Get your ass to the bag. I know I am. I know I am. No, a mother pressure. It's a mother pressure. It just take a little time. Had to come and shut it down. Nothing more, nothing less. Teaching game like a professor. I am healthy, I am wealthy. I'm a mother dying. If it's for me, then it for me. What I tell them all the time. If you walk about my life, I just take it as a sign. 3 fingers to the sky. Told them read between the lines. Getting fatter, yeah. Stomach getting flatter, yeah. Don't give a if you can't see it, it don't need me. I don't chase sidetrack. I'm the one to be exact. Face card don't decline, and my body still snap. You know I'm T, and I know that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I'm the one, not the two. You can't on me. So many sacrifices, I can never quit on me. On me. Need my daily affirmations, put that shit on me.
It's a movie on tape every Saturday. The last of a dying breed radio.
Hear that, Elizabeth? I'm coming to join you, honey.
Exclusively on WOVU 95.5, Cleveland's urban alternative. We do what we want.
They do what they
the
can.
Waxter. Turn me your song. Yeah. Okay. Money on money, these millions, you dig? I'm spending this on my and my kids. I'm sending the bit, not the beans. This my pink slip, no rents. I don't want you gonna do nothing if I gotta be the one tell you to spend. Telling for nothing, and I gotta be the one calling them friends. Drop top Rolls Royce, I don't know the kind, I don't know the name of it. This was last night and this morning, but I don't know the name of it. She told that she don't know nothing about them, and this fame of it. We want the same mud, not the green, but the same mud. Mommy, you I don't want shots. Brother, you a rat. My brother. Twin, you a pack. Running through sex. Hey. Louis V. Slacks. Louis. Hermes Trench. Hermes. Swim pool heated. Ooh. Yeah, she ain't trying to eat it. She ain't trying to what? Shawty, you can beat it. Drink 2 liter, ride a 2-seater, round with an eater. Calling me Poppy, I'm calling her mommy, and senorita. I ain't been cocky, but I've been putting on ever since Beepers. Me good the first day, might keep her good. Blowing money fast like a film cheetah. Good. I've been in the trenches filled with hyenas. Boo got a spider whipping that from the side. In your money, these millions you dig. I'm spending it on my and kids. I'm sending the bit, not the beans. Smoke, pink slip, no rent. I don't want you gonna do nothing if I gotta be the one tell you to spend. These telling for nothing, and I gotta be the one calling them friends. Oh God. Drop top Rolls Royce, I don't know the kind, I don't know the name of it. This was last night and this morning, but I don't know the name of it. What's your name? She told that she don't know nothing about him, and this fame of. We want the same mud, not the green, man, the same mud.
You identify my APs. She ain't got an AP, she is not mine.
You cold.
He cold. She belongs to the street. Spoiler went petty. Clothes go snake shit Betty. Transport far and go slatty. Dogging out like Shaggy. Coulda went spit, went caddy. Pull up, coulda we ready. I'm petty. I start bowling these spaghetti. First off, gotta go get it. Talk, let's do more spinning. Walk down and get drenched. Turn the whole city up litty. Bad coulda went video. Wow. Savage, 21 killers. Brad bitch round with his sister. Dog, bro, turn cop, new body. Twin, you wreck, you smoke. Shoot him in the head, you the goat. Coulda went fed, went broke. Trap, living off the ocean. Yeah, they found on the roads, I don't know. The eaters go everywhere I go.
Money on money, these millions you dig. I'm spending this shit on my and kids. I'm sending the bit, not the beans. Smoke, pink slip, no rents. I don't want you gonna do nothing if I gotta be the one tell you to spend. These telling for nothing, and I gotta be the one calling them friends. Drop top Rolls Royce, I don't know the kind, I don't know the name of it. This was last night and this morning, but I don't know the name of it. She told that she don't know nothing about him, and this fame of. We want the same mud, not the green, man, the same mud.
Right now, it's time to sit down.
Get out the way. Move, just move.
Take a break and talk some It's the last of a dying breed radio.
You're like a machine underneath, right?
I'm a cybernetic organism.
Exclusively on WOVU 95.5. Cleveland's Urban Alternative.
WOVU 95.9, Cleveland's Urban Alternative, the last of a dying breed radio. You got your dog, DJ KNYCE, the radio killer, rocking out with you each and every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Got my homeboy in the building. You know I couldn't do the show all by myself, right? And I got to talk Sinners at some point or another. We got to talk about the Sinner show, the movie, all right? It should actually be a show. All right. But I'm no movie buff, right? I just know I like what I like when I see what I like, and I kind of keep things that way, right? But I got somebody in here who is a certified movie buff. Last of a dying breeders. Make some noise for my guy, Watts.
You know what it is? We in this thing, and I'm about to say, it don't get much more buff than me.
So give them a little bit of, because in the show we're not going to assume that anybody knows who we are. We come in here with a clean slate. All right. So tell the people a little bit about what you do, and I would say what makes you qualified as a resident in-house movie buff.
All right, so check me out. I am BKA, better known as Burger King applicant Watts. All right, I be out here in these streets. And if you don't know, I am a co-host, one half of the Blurs and Clips podcast, Black Nerds talking movies, TV, video games, and whatever the hell else we feel like talking about. So we have been running that show since 2021. I have a DVD collection that is 6,000 plus movies strong. So I know I done seen more movies than most of y'all, and I know what I'm talking about. We are signed to a national network that says y'all know y'all stuff. So come on, man, when it comes to movie talk, let's do it.
There we go. All right, so what does 6,000 DVDs even look like, my guy?
It low-key looks
how much you got at your mama's house?
Oh, listen, no, Dukes live in Columbus. You know what I'm saying? We out. They at the cribber. I'm talking about, it looked like Blockbuster reborn.
Man, that's kind of
crazy.
I actually follow this guy on, I see him on my TikTok live. He got so many movies, like that's kind of his thing. Like people challenge him to see if he got a movie. Oh, and he's like, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm like, yo, I've never heard of that movie.
That's low-key
in my
me.
life ever.
That's low-key me.
I know you said when we talked to you when we were doing the podcast, your dad was a movie buff too.
Yeah, right? Yep, for sure. Right. So like, and the thing is, it's crazy because we don't even really connect on it, but we just know that we both got that in common.
Okay.
It's crazy.
All right. So we are here to talk Ryan Coogler, And Michael B. Jordan's masterpiece, that is Sinners. All right. I'm sure by now, well, first of all, if you have not seen it, I don't care at this point.
What you doing?
All right, you weird.
What you waiting on?
You're taking long. All right. I don't know if one of my homegirls said she was waiting on her date. This was like 2 weeks ago. It was like on a Monday. I was like, oh no, you gotta show cheat on them.
Oh, for sure.
She was like, what's show cheat? I was like, you don't know what show cheating is? Show cheating, right? It's when you watch the show without your significant other, right? That's a crime in itself. But then
absolutely,
what makes it terrible is you watch it with them again and you act like you never seen this.
Come on now.
You be sitting there like, what?
See, it's a special technique to it. You really gotta fake the funk on the shockness.
Yeah, you gotta fake the funk all the way.
One of the homies definitely just talked about this a couple days ago. He's sitting down. He said he was in his fourth screening with a different chick. And like, yeah, man, this joint good so far. And then he slipped up because he go, oh yeah, this is my favorite part. She go, how you got a favorite part?
Yo.
What you doing, bro? What you doing?
Yeah, you can't be slipping up like that.
You can't slip like that. That's crazy.
Not like that. But so I was telling her, I'm like, yo, you got to show cheat. I'm like, because by the time you get to the weekend, everybody, I can say, I believe the black community has been pretty darn good about not spoiling it.
Oh no, that just means you ain't been on Threads. Because it ain't nothing. But listen, the whole script synopsis is on Threads. You can't open that joint.
Yo, I actually kind of stay away from Threads.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Threads is great. I'm booming on there. Threads been maneuvering. The black support for Threads though is fire, and the waves of people talking about it on there and just collectively getting on there, breaking down. Everybody talking theories, And for the most part, what they have done and been good on was like center spoilers ahead. We gonna talk about it on this thread, so don't open it up if you don't want to see the spoilers. Yeah. So it been cool to that degree, and then we've been in there getting into it, breaking it down. They got, like I said, theories and questions and extra thoughts. So it's low key crazy.
Now, with that being said, we about to give all the spoilers. We about to talk about this.
Like you seen it with us.
Like you seen it with us. Yep, perfect. All right. So. First thing I want to point. I don't know. Do we talk about the business of Sinners first, or do we go into the actual? Because can you talk about Sinners without talking about the business of what it takes to get a black movie done like this?
You definitely got to talk about that. But the first thing you got to do is you got to remember we got to talk to them for the ones that want to understand what it is. This is Ryan Coogler's 5th outing as a director, putting all the work into this joint. It was fully shot in IMAX. He brought a whole crazy team behind him. He got Ludwig Göransson on the score again, putting down music.
That's the Swedish music. Man, right?
Yes.
See, and that's why we talking to Watts about this, right?
Come on,
this is why we talking to him about this.
And I'm not on the Google. This is off the top of the nugget, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So he got Ludwig in there for the audio. Of course, he got Ruth Carter on costuming, who just multiple awards, accolades for all her costuming work. Went crazy, got her awards. So the design and the look and the feel of 1932 is crazy. So this movie takes place in 1932. You got two brothers come back to their hometown, and they want to open up a juke joint. And you see them maneuver through that town and how they operate and how the community work with each other. And it all take place in one day. And, for the spoiler-free territory, when it's time for the nighttime and the juke joint goes down, they get a little spooky, if you will.
Folks
say it like that.
So one of the first things that you notice off top is what's the word? The racial dynamics.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? They come straight into town. They pull up on a little black girl. They negotiate. I really like that scene right there.
That was scene
fire.
Was so fire.
That scene was fire.
When he pulled up on her and said, "Look, watch my truck. Anybody look at it, hit the horn and let me know."
What he tell her?
I'm gonna pay you X amount
per minute
that you gotta watch it. And is that cool for you? When she say, "Yeah, that's cool," it's like, no. Like,
for us to do business, both of us got to be talking numbers, basically. Right. So he taught her how to negotiate.
You don't just accept the first number that they throw out at you, because that ain't even. They always gonna offer you less than what you worth. That right there. And if you couldn't get that out of that right there, and he was putting a young one on game right there at the early age, that was fire. Yep. Because even though we come to find out that they kind of got seedy past, we also know like the character.
Well, see, and then that's the other part about the story that I like. They weren't perpetuating whatever they did, which, man, the opportunity for sequels and prequels is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But whatever they was doing up in Chicago, they were not perpetuating violence upon other black people. I guess they was robbing the Italians, Italians.
Right. So it's implied that they was working with Capone.
Yeah.
And then they pulled a move that kind of pinned a couple of other folks, the Irish and the Italians, against each other, and they slid off with bread and booze. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, facts. And if you're hearing the siren outside, right, this is how live we are. All right, we actually doing this live from NYCE. Shout out to NYCE. Last of a Dying Breed Radio is brought to you by NYCE. But every now and again on Mayfield, you're going to hear that wheel going down.
Something going to happen.
We still figuring out our studio situation, exactly how we going to make everything happen. But, you know, we kind of easing into this, all right? Sure. So where do we leave off? What was we just talking about?
So we talked about the racial dynamic, the fact that they went up, and when they was in Chicago, they made some moves, got some money. And
so one of the things that I saw was like you could kind of tell which brother was working with which gang based upon like how they were dressed. Like one brother looked more like an Irish gangster with the cap
so that would have been
I don't know.
Smoke. No, Stack. I don't know. Stack was the lighthearted, smoother one. Smoke was the serious one. So that was Smoke. He had the Irish
Irish cap on, right?
For sure.
So that was one thing that was interesting. Then you notice off top, now this is something I saw that was one of the early points of contention. They had to go get the catfish and the chicken and shit for the function, right? Mm-hmm. They had to go do that. And who did they have to go get that from?
They went to go get that from the Chinese
From
folks.
the Chinaman.
From that Chinaman.
Now,
who has a full Southern accent.
Everything.
He wasn't talking when you think Chinese dude, don't think the accent.
Now, apparently the Chinese in the Delta, you know, have had a long presence. You know what I'm saying?
It's a real thing. You can't expect, right? At this point, you got to expect, especially like when you look at, feel about the movie how you might, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Coogler really put in the work and the research to get into the Spanish heritage and know that he was accurate with how he was representing them. Mm-hmm. He did the same thing with every part of this movie with the Asian representation and the fact that they was really down there with the black people, really got discriminated against. Not quite the same, but almost.
So that's one thing I want to clarify for people, though. From my standpoint, I think a lot of people feel like that was a shout out. I don't think that was a shout out. I think the Asian population has always been a part of our community, not by our own invitation, though.
For sure.
I feel like by necessity, and a lot of people were kind of exploring that. Since the beginning of time, since they've been able to come here, they've been able to, and this was something that I did not know, right? Somebody said on TikTok, they was like, how come you never see Asian restaurants in suburban communities or like the ghetto ones we got in our communities or whatever? And somebody said because for a long time, they wouldn't give them loans to open up restaurants in those areas, but they would give them loans to open up restaurants in our areas.
Exactly.
Right? We know we can't even get a loan to open up.
Exactly.
I've been running my business legitimately for 5-6 years. I am not getting no SBAs, none of that, right?
No.
Like, let alone them giving a black person a loan for a restaurant. They're going to say, you know what they're going to say, restaurant, high-risk business, most of them be out of business in 2 to 3 years, right?
Sure.
But they were able to get loans and things. So I don't know that was necessarily a nod as so much as it was just the reality of the time.
And that's what it is, though. Like,
right?
It's the fact that it was a real thing, that it really happened. And, like, you saw, like, also in it, because now with multiple screeners under the belt now, you see that they had stuff that they had 2 stores. They had one where the white shopped and they had one where black shopped. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you still had to have that separation. So it was like white people was willing to spend money with the Asians, give money to the Asians, whatever they had to do to not give money to the blacks. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty much what it was.
No, exactly.
But the blacks had to accept the fact that, all right, listen, that's cool over here. But and at least the characters that we had in this movie, they seemed like they was down though. You know what I'm saying? They seem like they was down because they understood what it was too. Like they don't really like us either, but they gonna treat us a little better than they gonna treat y'all. But we know that they still treating us bad, so we more on y'all side than theirs.
No, for sure. So, all right, I feel like we got a good stopping point because we've set the scene.
For sure.
All right, WOVU 95.9, Cleveland's urban alternative. We're gonna get into a little bit of music right now, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna start exploring. We're not gonna go through the whole movie per se, but we're gonna explore some themes and things that kind of stuck out in the whole party scene. All right, we're gonna get to the party scene. OVU 95.9. Here's some joints for you. All right. WOVU 95.9, Last of a Dying Breed Radio, DJ KNYCE, the radio killer, each and every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. You can look forward to some riveting conversation like this. I got my guy Watts in the building.
Dud up, whoa.
And we currently talking about Sinners, all right? And we're about to get into all the spoilers, all right? So where we left off before we got into the music was that they were getting the catfish and the chicken from the Chinese people, right? And they also needed a sign. She only had one color ink. And everything, everything was beginning to line up, all right? So we get to the party, all right? One of the things that I thought was very, very interesting was the dynamic between the brothers, how one brother did not want the white girl at the party at all under no circumstances.
Right.
And the other brother was actually with it. Yeah. I think that kind of, I think that speaks to a lot that goes on in 2025 where we have two type of black people, right?
Yep.
Those black people that be in the comments and they be like, as soon as they see a white person do a cool dance, they be like, he invited to the barbecue.
Right.
Right. And then you have those people like me who be in the comments like, no, the hell they not. Right.
No.
Now, it's not that I don't want to invite nobody to the barbecue because I'm just a mean guy or nothing like that. I don't want other people to enjoy ribs or our great cooking or nothing. But I think it's for exactly whatever brother was saying it. You can't really account for what's going to happen just from her being here.
Right.
Like, you can't account for what's going to happen just from her being here. So, what do you think about that dynamic of them, one brother wanting them in the party and one brother not wanting them in the party?
I mean, so you always got that. It's that line that you got to walk because they came to the door and it's like initially just on what it is between us, the history, the tension, so on and so forth. It's like, we don't need you here, bro. Like we good. Mm-hmm. We got our own thing. Y'all got your own thing. But at the same time though, they flash that we got that money though. And it's like, we need that. So it puts you in a situation where it's like you gotta see. That's why Coogler was. That's why he was in the bag because he created a scenario that we know is realistic.
Well, hold on, but hold on. They had gold.
That's what I'm saying.
Our people was coming to the party with wood nickels and plantation money,
and they pull up with gold.
So if y'all don't know anything about like plantation money, right? I'm currently reading a book, Rooted. Great book. I've mentioned it already on the podcast. It's about the extraction of wealth from black people, right? So even when after slavery, we were allowed to work, you know what I'm saying, and we were sharecroppers. Mm-hmm. Imagine you being on a 1,000 acre plantation, right?
Crazy.
And Massa is paying you in plantation money, which is his own money.
Exactly.
Which means outside of the plantation, there's no real value to that money. So you see the dynamic between the brothers where one brother's like, hey man, we can't do nothing with this money. This ain't real money. We coming from Chicago. We coming from the big city where we dealing with real money and they down here with these wooden nickels and stuff. Well, the one brother actually saw value in it. He like, yo, this is all they got and this is who our constituency is. Like, yo, we got to get it however we could get it. Then comes the Irish devil.
For sure.
The Irish leprechaun flashing around gold.
Real life, you know what I'm saying? From the end of the rainbow.
From the end of the rainbow. So you can see why. And so something that was interesting to me, especially being a small black business, right? Bruh, they had to be profitable from the moment they opened up.
Facts.
They was looking like, yo, if this party don't go good, I don't know if we having a party tomorrow, right?
Exactly. Because realistically speaking, the whole thing was in the long run. I felt like it was a bad plan in the.
It was a terrible
because
plan.
The thing is, if they stole the brews that they was supplying,
I don't know how sustainable that was going to be.
Where was y'all going to get more brew from for the next joint? Even if y'all had money, like the white man ain't about to give it to you. So that was it seemed like a strange plan in the first place, low key. Like it didn't have longevity in the cards. But all right, cool. But I understand though, and like you said, he definitely was like, look, bro, we can't take these wood nickels. But he like, bro, that's all they got, and these are people. So then, but you also coming to me and saying, we can't take this money, but we got somebody at the door that's saying they got money.
Saying they got real money.
So which one, what problem you want to tackle, bro? You know what I'm saying?
And my white girl can go out there and suss them out too. She could go holler at them.
Exactly.
And see what
and realistically speaking, if it wasn't what it was, it might have been it might have been I.
See, that's the problem though. You can't account for the law of unintended consequences.
Exactly.
When you let Whitey into the party, all right?
Facts though.
Like Whitey's mom might call and be like, yo, my son has been kidnapped by a group of black people, right?
Facts.
And they come SWAT team to the function, right? And he in there doing boots on the ground with a fan.
Exactly. So, yo, that's crazy.
He in here doing the boots on the ground.
Yeah, look.
Right, flat.
You
Talking
feel
about I was having a good time. No, so that was the thing that kind of kicked it off. I guess was that need for money, and I guess that goes back to the statement that we've always heard a million times: all money is not good money. All right,
Absolute fact.
We get to the point. So she goes out, she hollers at him.
Right.
Right.
It was cool convo.
Yeah, it was a cool convo. They basically told her, what did they tell her at that point? You done seen it like 3-4 times.
Yeah, so when she go outside,
because she didn't let him in. Something freaked her out, right?
Well, yeah. Well, because basically they played it. They still was playing it cool. Like, oh no, look, we all for peace, prosperity, and love.
Right.
We all they was all that. She's like, y'all got real money though. That's when they upped the gold on her.
Yeah.
She like, oh, for sure. So it's looking like it's good, and it's like, look, man, we just trying to be in there to protect y'all, basically. And they like, nah, I think we don't need no protecting. I think we good.
So what do you think, and I think I know what it's about a little bit, what do you think about the historical context with the vampires being Irish?
So this is the thing. The leader, right? He was all talking that, hey, look, it ain't no hate for me. I don't see no color. I don't see none of that. Because historically, we know that the Irish got treated like trash too.
Yeah.
So
let's go down there.
So you can understand,
right? Why he
to a degree, he
right.
might actually not. He might be for real.
So this is where my theory comes in on the whole movie.
Let's
right?
go.
All right. So I think the vampire's bite, right, is whiteness. It's white supremacy, right? If you think about, I think it's that simple, right? If you think about the fact that historically, blacks and Irish were able to coexist together, right? In the same ghettos and all of that. But at some point or another along the lines, Irish people became white.
Yep.
How did they become white though?
That's a good question.
No, I think it's in the movie. The money. They were able to work their way into respectability and into whiteness, right?
Right. So ultimately, the skin is there.
The skin is there.
The skin is there. You know what I'm saying?
And then,
the skin is there.
Well, the more you learn about racism too, whiteness is a concept. It's a construct, right? Because a lot of the people that you interact with, that you as a black man would call white, actually probably are not white. They might be Irish, they might be Jewish. They're not considered white, right? But
yeah,
like
no, especially
said,
when you talk to them, if you call an Italian person, like an Italian person white, they're like, I'm Italian.
Like,
bro, you are white.
You white. When you walk into a place, don't nobody say, there go that Italian man. They're going to say, there go that white man.
Yeah.
And there go that black man.
Exactly.
They're going to use a different word for us, right?
Oh, for sure.
So I feel like at the point, you know what I'm saying? I feel like there was some symbolism there, you know, for Irish people gaining their whiteness, right? And also probably looking at the black people like, hey, just do what we did and you'll be okay, even though it does not work that way for us. But I think the vampire's bite is whiteness, right? And I think if you look at the movie like that as a whole, right, either you accept white supremacy or get with it, or you're gonna die.
Low key.
You're gonna die. But the thing with white supremacy is it's the same thing with a haint, right? You gotta invite it in. You gotta let it in, right? I think it's an allegory on our need for or our want for integration.
Yep, that acceptance.
And how when you let them in the door, you cannot control what happens behind that door at that point.
Exactly. I respect it. I respect it.
That's my deep dive on it.
I feel like that's solid in theory, right? So you got whiteness, boom, that come along with it. All right, culture. Then they say on the other side of it, once y'all with us, it ain't no hate over here. It's all good.
But is it really that way though?
But we see though, it automatically come with stipulations though. Out the gate. Like, and you can look at it, you can find your ways to string the theory together however you want to, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, like you can come over here and you can get some power and you can get with us, but you still gonna be underneath somebody. You still gonna be you gonna lose things. You can't go out in that sun.
And if your source dies, the person that created you into a vampire, or your Lucian Grange, or your
right. So it could be problems for you.
If your Lear Cohen, dies, then you might be out here by yourself.
Exactly.
Real.
Because then at that point it's like, who is you without that person?
Yeah. Who you with?
You lose your validation chip.
Yeah.
So that's like that's a balance.
And I think it's also, just as fast as they give it to you, they can take it from you as well. You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? Like, now, hold on. So that's what I feel like the vampire's bite is white supremacy or whiteness, right? And I think I can relate it even back to the Asian, right? The husband went out there with him. But do you remember what the wife said? The wife was like, basically, let's go. We here to help them with the party, not with this.
Right.
What that sound like? What that sound like?
We about of here.
Because they want to hold on. This wouldn't be the last of a Dying Breed radio. I know blurs and clips don't go to the places that I'm gonna go.
We be talking.
Know what I'm saying? But I'm saying they want to dance like us.
That's what I'm about to say. I'm about to say everybody want to be a.
Till it's time to be a.
You feel me?
Till it's time to be a nigga.
You feel me? So it's like, okay. Like, oh man, this is great. We over here having a ball. Wait. We gotta have the same problems?
Bruh,
I'm out.
Bruh, till them demons start knocking on that door, bruh. They was ready to get that Asian hate bill passed ASAP. Hey, yo. But then think about this, though. That speaks to, I think, something in this last election cycle was something that we as black people saw. And that's why I feel like this movie was so timely, you know what I'm saying, and just so on point. Because we saw we really don't have no allies when the house is burning down, for real.
Oh, for sure.
It's only us on the inside, for real. And then you got to kind of watch out for your own people, lest they have been bitten.
For sure.
By that white supremacy. And I have actual friends who I could say during this last election cycle were bitten by white supremacy.
Same.
It would be some of the things they would be saying out of their mouth. I'd be like, yo, bro, you know you still black, right?
For sure.
Like you know you still, I get it, you put on the red hat, you did all of that stuff, but you know how they still look at you, right? And they didn't think that was really a thing.
But that's
FAFO.
Crazy. Like, but it wasn't even just, it was some of everybody though. Because like, regardless, he stood up at the rallies and said whatever he said, but it did not change the fact that he also stood up and said the Spanish, yeah, we gonna handle them like this, and like this. Yep. And the crazy thing is they went and voted for him strong. Like, yo, what are y'all doing? Because not too long ago, around the corner from us, the Spanish had ISIS pull up in the building and said, we're going to shut down everybody's favorite taco spot for a couple of days. But y'all went and voted for them. They got bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They got bit. They got bit and they got tricked.
They got right.
Whereas we in the house, we like, yo, don't trust them. We like, yo, they can't do nothing unless you actually invite them into the house.
And
right?
that's exactly that. But and to speak to it though, the heat behind that is, like she said, like she told Cornbread, you that big, you that strong, you can't just walk in.
No, he cannot.
You cannot. You gotta invite that in, and once you do, like you said.
Hey, you seen the one meme where Cornbread is outside, and instead of chanting whatever they was chanting, he was doing the chant from 8 Mile.
You know the crazy thing is because you already know when you put a thought out into the world, it's gonna start moving around. Other people gonna have it. But the day after the movie came out and people started posting spoilers, I sent him a thread. I tagged him in it and said, "You let the wrong freaky girl inside the Chintiki." That joint went crazy, bro. My thread is boom.
Goes when it comes to hoes.
Listen, that was my immediate, because I seen him posting, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I responded. I'm like, yeah, you let the wrong freaky girl inside the Chintiki, and that was my easiest way of saying something without giving spoilers, because wasn't nobody gonna put it together.
Hey, bro, somebody came and grabbed that up.
It was like, yeah, somebody might have scooped me for my.
They got a million views off of you, right?
Yeah, quick. For sure. For sure.
They like, definitely got a million.
That's cool. That's cool though. You know what I'm saying? He responded to me, so that was fire.
Nah, that's funny as hell. So I think we on the same page as far as the movie. I think it was a great movie.
I think it. Look, my big post that went up that did the crazy numbers, I said he got 5 movies now, and I think that's enough for us to rank him. And I'm telling you, I got Sinners at number 1 for Ryan Coogler right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Sinners number 1. What would you put at number 2?
That was tough. I went ahead and put Black Panther at 2.
Yeah, I would put Black Panther at 2. I don't know if I'm putting Black Panther 2 at 3 though.
Nah, I put I put Creed at 3.
Yeah.
I put Fruitvale at 4
and then
Black Panther
2 at 5.
Because I just know that was an impossible task.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had a whole plan. They knew what they was doing. They knew what the layout was, and then to lose the star of your movie, and now he's not even in it, and you got to just figure it out. That's a whole crazy thing, and to have to do it respectfully. And still tie it into he got the restraints of a whole cinematic universe on his head that he can't just be free. So I still don't count that as a miss for him, and I feel like that put him high with directors for me right now.
Choke that joint up a little more, cause kind of watch this, cause when you hitting that, I'm getting a little bit of that. Oh yeah, it's all right. Yeah. So. Now, IMAX. Did you get to see it in IMAX?
Yeah. That first night. Yeah.
I did not see it in IMAX.
We went on Thursday for the IMAX. It was crazy. It was so dope because it'd be like you wouldn't even really be paying no mind to the fact that it was just like straight across the screen, and then certain scenes it just open and it slowly would just smooth transition to just huge visual. Bro, it was so crazy.
So you went out to Crocker?
Yeah.
See, I went out to can't say that word here. I got to make sure I scrub this good.
For sure.
Hey, yo, that's the last of a Dying Breed Radio, though. We're going to keep it raw. Hey, we went, so first of all, I haven't been in the movies in a minute. I can't tell you the last time me and my lady has been to the movies. Me and my lady went to the movies, right? So we went to Silver Spot, and I'm like, brother from the hood up in there like, this is nice.
Yo, no. Silver Spot nice, but like the thing is, I'm so used to regular theater experience.
No, I don't never got to go back again. $125 movie day is not my jam, bro.
Crazy. They're like, we'll bring you the steak, sir.
Well,
and all that's nice.
Though. In theory, that's a good idea until you got to eat a steak in total darkness.
That's what I'm saying. It's really weird. So like, you eat with your eyes before you eat with your stomach. You know what I'm saying?
It was not an enjoyable. I tried to take one bite of the steak and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pack this up.
For sure.
Like, yeah, I'm just gonna hold on to this right quick.
Yeah, I feel like it's low key like the iPhone. It's low key like people go there for status. Like to be like, yeah, we went to Silver Spot. I don't need that.
Yeah, trying to eat a steak and watch a movie together ain't
and the fact that they don't have all the regular movie theater stuff, like they don't got all the candy and snacks, and they don't got the ices. The icy alone is tradition.
Well, and then I kind of like, I don't want to order Twizzlers from a server. I want to go up to the concession stand and get my Twizzlers.
It's part of the experience, for sure.
Yeah, I need the Twizzlers and the Sprite, and I don't even know if they had that popping off.
I don't think they do.
I feel like they had Sierra Mist.
Yeah, probably. No, they ain't even got that. That's Starry now.
Yeah, Starry. I think she might have said Starry for real. Like, get that out of here.
Yep.
Yo, tell the folks how they can listen to Blurs and Clips. If you into this type of stuff, well, let me tell you, these guys nerd all the way out. Tell them where they can follow you, how they can listen to Blurs and Clips and all of that good stuff.
As of right now, officially twice a week, you can catch us on every streaming platform. That's Blurs and Clips. That's BLERDS. That's Black Nerds. You feel me? And Clips, find us everywhere. You can follow us everywhere. Of course, you can follow me at BKA Watts. That's bald, knowledgeable, and angry.
WOVU 95.9, Cleveland's urban alternative. Big shout out to my guy Watts for stopping by and talking sinners, all things sinners with me. Hey man, it is time for me to get up out of here. Like I said, we doing this each and every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. We're gonna talk some good stuff. We're gonna talk some light stuff, and we're gonna play some dope music each and every Saturday right here on WOVU 95.9. Cleveland's urban alternative. This is the Last of a Dying Breed Radio. Your dog, DJ KNYCE, Radio Killer. Can't wait to see y'all next week. I'm out.
The Last of a Dying Breed Radio is brought to you by Nice Coat Prints, offering screen print apparel and more. Nice Coat Prints. Say it with your chest. Get more info at nicecoatclothing.com.